Alright, so this is Assassin's Creed Unity, and I'm just going to show off some basics of climbing, and at the end I'll show off some combat. Yes, I know Assassin's Creed Unity has been out for a while. I don't give a frack. This is just me doing it for people who haven't really seen it or have questions about it in terms of how fast Arno climbs or anything like that. So as you can see, he's not slow. He's pretty quick compared to all the rest of the games. I know a lot of people have been saying, hey, Arno, this game sucks because Arno climbs slow and this, that, and the other thing, but I don't have a problem with how fast he does it. I mean, I thought he was blazing compared to how fast, like, Connor or Edward do. Now, I thought Edward's climbing was actually pretty quick, but this seemed to be much faster, at least in my opinion. I mean, even here, climbing up a church tower here, I mean, he's just flying. I mean, I haven't gotten to the top of a synchro point in that fast in ever. I mean, just ever. And I love a lot of the new animations they have done with this game. We'll see a bit of it more later. And definitely one of the things that I think is cool about the new synchro scene is that right there, that kind of thing. I think it's a nice little addition to it. And of course, after synchro, you got to do a leap of faith, And of course, the game is gorgeous. I'm playing it here on the PS4, and it's definitely one of the best AC games I've seen. But of course, there's still some bugs. I'm just trying to go over this hedge, but I kind of get thrown to one side, and then I get stuck on this part here. And, if I was being chased, that would suck. But, fortunately, I'm not. And of course, the buildings, I think they were saying like 75% of the buildings are like hollow, so you can go in and out of them. Parkour has been updated, and the mocap was done by Parkour, so it looks pretty authentic in terms of the up moves, down moves. Of course, they also, man, I say of course a lot, don't I? Sheesh. And they have the parkour up moves, parkour down moves, kind of make traversal of getting down easier. If you don't want to just jump off the building, you can now like kind of go down off the face of the building, as you can kind of see right here, where he kind of slides and then turns and jumps off. And now I'm not that far into the game. I've only played through the one little tutorial part mission. And then once I actually got control of adult Arno and got to run around, I was like, well, let's see what I can do. And so far, I must say I am impressed. I don't know how much of the new stuff I'll use and won't use, just because it's different than how the old AC games were. But it's definitely an improvement. I must say I was really worried with the game. I loved Black Flag, and I loved the whole sea thing that they added, where you could, you were a piratey assassin, and you had your ship and the fleet, and I mean, I loved it. I absolutely loved that game. So I was definitely worried when they said that it wasn't going to be in this, and I thought it was a step back. And there's still some parts of the game so far that, like, I'm a little like, even with just the parkour, with how fast Arno is. I mean, right here, where he's just like, I mean, that to me, I go and I'm like, wait a second, that's way too fast. There's no way anybody can move up a building that fast. That's totally unrealistic. But I get it. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who aren't me that are like, I don't want realism. I want to get up that building real quick and get down real quick and get away from whoever's chasing me or chase after somebody. And I get it. But me, I was like, that's not realistic. And I get it. It's Assassin's Creed. It's, based on history, but it's fictionalized. I get it. It's not real. I got it. We're good. Okay? It's just, I don't know, there are certain things that, certain things like this part here, where I just jump off the building and, nice little leap animation. Love it. Flawless. But certain other things, the game's not perfect, but I am impressed with this game so far. And here's just a little thing where I'm on top of a church. One of the nice new things about synchro points is they're also fast travel points now. And here's the Eagle Vision. Another new thing about that is the higher up you are, you have more of a distance added to your Eagle Vision, because Eagle Vision has changed where it has a limited distance that it's usable in, and it's also on a timer now, which sucks. It seems like every game over the past 2 or 3 games, Eagle Vision has just gotten nerfed real quick. And I kind of get it. It was very powerful for 1 and 2. You just kind of left it on whole game most of the time, or at least I did. And then, after 3, they, in AC4, they made it where you couldn't move, and now you can move, but it's on a timer. And then another thing for the past couple games is you can't pet animals no more. What's that about? I'm standing here walking around like, why can't I pet this dog? Come on! Yeah, so Eagle Vision, I like it. Has this nice sonar effect, but again, it's on a timer. If you see the little eagle at the above the sword at the bottom right-hand corner, it has where the little bar is going down. It empties, boom, you're out of Eagle Vision, and then it has to fill up again. I'm sure there'll be some kind of upgrade later on to refill that. And then, of course, we have collectibles in the game. What would an AC game be without collectibles? It just wouldn't be an AC game. I mean, come on. And I'm going to do a little cut here in a second, because I just checked out the map and was like, why can't I find this collectible? The map says I'm on it. Oh, yeah, it's above me. So let's, I'm doing a little climbing up here, and we'll get the collectible, and then we'll move on. And again, I think the climbing in this is so far pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie. But again, game's not perfect. Little glitches like that where you kind of teleport over. I'm sure I'll see more in the game. Everyone says there's a bunch of glitches. This part where he kind of is like flapping his arms like, oh god, what did I do? Catches himself last second. I love the little touch of detail there. I think that's great. Running up the roof, kind of like how they were doing with AC3 and AC4, going up the hills. I was expected to be able to kind of run on this slanted surface. I think that would have been a nice little addition instead of having to jump to that one outcropping. And then here, going down a building using the parkour down ability. Again, it's a new way to get up and down the buildings, but I don't know how often I'll actually use it, but we'll see as I play. And then here we're just running through the streets, and I'm going to be doing a quick Eagle Vision here, trying to find some guards and stuff, kind of see where stuff is. But I'm going to be showing off the map in just a second, because the map is another change. Pretty standard map, right? Oh no, it's in 3D! Oh my gosh! It's not... It wasn't the most necessary thing, but it is interesting because you can now see if collectibles are high up or down, if there's a chest on the ground or if it's in a building in a room. And it's a little bit more, I think, precise than some of the maps have been in the past. Plus, also now you know what's the street and what's a building. That has been my biggest thing with maps over the past couple AC games, where I'm like, wait, are the streets blue or are the buildings blue? Or are the streets white? Or are they gray? What? What's going on? Why can't I figure out where I am? So I think this is a nice little change, and I think it's going to be pretty helpful, even though it wasn't necessarily the most necessary. What am I trying to say? The most needed of changes. There we go. All right, we're just running through here, and we're going to take a look at some combat. Combat has changed tremendously. I'm going to do a not-so-smart thing, considering it's the very beginning of the game. I have just a sword. I'm going to challenge 4 guards to a duel. Great move on me, especially since I'm unfamiliar with the new combat system. But as you know, counter kills are out of the game. I think that is a frickin' shit show of an idea, but that's just my opinion. To me, counter kills were the coolest part of the game. Just seeing all the deadly chink 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 chink, stabby stabby stab. I thought that was great. Now here you can dodge and you can parry, which great. I like the combat in terms of that. I think that's a nice little addition. It kind of livens up the combat, but it definitely makes taking on a lot higher number of enemies much more dangerous. Right there, I took on 4 enemies, and I was killed by 2 and one other guy shooting me a couple times. So let's see if I can take on 3. These guys seem to be, you know, maybe a little bit easier. You know, one less guy. We'll see here. Combat, again, I like the new animations and stuff. I think it's great. You know, I killed the one guy here. We got a guy with an axe, another guy with a sword. Parrying definitely works. Also, you gotta dodge, though, because one thing I found out real quick, especially in this battle, is lock-on doesn't seem to be working, or maybe I just haven't figured out how to turn it on yet. And, you know, sometimes I am a noob. Hey, we're all noobs at some point. Or at least we act like them. It's kind of like a blonde moment, but it's a noob moment, you know. Here I've killed 2 guys. Let's kill the axe guy. Oh, no, never mind. I'm dead again. He just completely crushed my ribcage. Alright, let's see if I can take on somebody else and actually win. You know, you never know. So we just got Eagle Vision popped on, and let's see if we got anybody around. Let's try one more time. Let's see. Yeah, wait for it to reload. Again, I love that whole sonar thing. I think it's really cool. Oh, there we go. Got 2 guards over there. Seems like they're friendly, but hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure I can make them unfriendly. So we'll just parkour down here. This, again, the parkour kind of thing, I was like, the whole control scheme's different again, so that kind of threw me off. But I got down eventually. Alrighty, starting the combat. I'm sure these guys were sitting around talking about their coffee, and, you know, all of a sudden a guy comes up and starts smacking them around with a sword. Like, what the hell, man? Blood splatter, of course, very realistic. Killed one guy. I must say, I do like the ending kill animations, like we're about to see here. Boom! Like, oh, nice and brutal. That's what I like. And of course, afterwards, you gotta loot them. Gotta get that money. All right, thanks for watching this. Again, I know AC Unity has been out for a while, but I wanted to just make this to show everyone. All right, later. Oh, one last thing. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, you want to call me an asshole, feel free to do so. Just put it down in the comments. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.